Ever wonder where Santa Claus really came from? Forget the North Pole for a minute and travel back in time with me, way back to the 3rd century. Because before there was Santa, there was a real man, a real-life hero performing what many called miracles. His name was Nicholas. Nicholas was born around 270 AD in a town called Patara in what is now modern-day Turkey. Even as a young boy, he had a reputation for something special. He was the kind of kid who simply couldn't walk past someone in pain without doing something to help. He inherited a lot of money from his wealthy parents, but instead of living a life of luxury, he chose a different path. As he grew up, Nicholas became the Bishop of Myra. This wasn't just a title, it was a promise. He dedicated his entire life to serving others, the poor, the weak, and anyone who felt lost or forgotten. He didn't just talk about charity, he lived it every single day. His generosity was so legendary that stories about him spread like wildfire. But it was his unique way of giving that really set him apart. So how did this humble bishop become a global legend? Well, it all started with his secret gifts. The most famous story about him involves a poor man who had 3 daughters. Back then, a young woman needed a dowry to get married, and this father had no money at all. He was in despair, worried his daughters would face a terrible future. Nicholas heard about their struggle, but he didn't want to embarrass the family by offering charity publicly. So he decided to help in secret. Late one night, he crept up to their house and tossed a bag filled with gold coins through an open window. He did this 3 times, once for each daughter. The story goes that one of those bags of gold landed right inside a stocking that was hanging by the fireplace to dry. And just like that, the tradition of hanging stockings and finding secret gifts inside was born. But his legacy doesn't stop there. Nicholas became known as the protector of the innocent. Sailors caught in terrifying storms would pray to him, and legends say he appeared to calm the seas and guide them safely to shore. He was a champion for children, defending them from harm and ensuring orphans were cared for. He was also a fierce advocate for justice, once reportedly stepping in to stop the wrongful execution of 3 innocent men. Throughout the Middle Ages, incredible stories about him continued to surface. People told tales of him miraculously saving children, appearing in visions to help people in danger, and providing food during famines. He became more than just a man. He became a symbol of hope, protection, and unwavering kindness. He was the person you'd turn to when you felt completely helpless. So what's the connection to the jolly man in the red suit? Well, Saint Nicholas is the original Santa Claus. Yes, really. In many parts of Europe, especially Germany and the Netherlands, St. Nicholas Day on December 6th became the main day for gift giving. Children would leave out their shoes or stockings, hoping Santa Claus, as the Dutch called him, would leave them a treat. When Dutch settlers came to America, they brought their beloved Santa Claus traditions with them. Over time, the name Santa Claus morphed into Santa Claus. The bishop's robes were eventually swapped for a red suit, and his story blended with other winter folklore. The legend grew, adding reindeer, a sleigh, and a workshop at the North Pole. But even today, in many countries across Europe, St. Nicholas remains the true star of the winter season. On December 6th, he's the one who brings joy and gifts, reminding everyone of the real man who started it all. So the next time you see a picture of Santa Claus, remember the incredible true story behind the legend. Remember the kind bishop from Myra who taught the world that the greatest gift of all is a generous heart. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing tales from history. See you in the next video.